You're looking at the skyline of Birmingham, Alabama, for a very good reason. Tomorrow marks 60 years since one of the darkest days of the Civil Rights era. The 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, was bombed by members of the Ku Klux Klan on September 15, 1963. The explosion on a Sunday morning killed 4 little black girls. Their names, Denise McNair, Cynthia Wesley, Addie Mae Collins, and Carol Robertson. Addie Mae's sister Sarah was also inside the church when that bomb went off that day. 6 decades later, she is still coming to terms with surviving the terrorist attack. Elise Preston spoke with Birmingham's so-called 5th little girl.
What do you miss most about your sister?
I just miss her about being with her. We would laugh and have a lot of fun together.
When Sarah Collins Rudolph speaks of her sister Addie Mae, the tragedy of losing a young life is compounded by injustice. The Collins sisters lived in one of the most segregated and racially violent American cities, Birmingham, Alabama, where Governor George Wallace vowed in 1963 that black citizens would never be treated with dignity.
And I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
Still, the Collins sisters found simple joys.
And we was having a good time walking, and when we got to church that morning, we went down into the basement to freshen up.
Moments later, her life forever changed, and the lives of Denise McNair, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and her sister, Addie Mae Collins, tragically ended.
Addie was standing by the couch. Boom! And all I could do was say, Jesus, Addie, 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 but she didn't answer. Those girls didn't get a chance to live their life. They was killed just because they was black.
Planted by members of the KKK, the dynamite killed the 4 girls and gouged a crater in the basement of the church, a bedrock for black Birmingham.
A place that's supposed to be safe, a place that's supposed to be a sanctuary, became a place of homegrown terrorism.
Pastor Arthur Price Jr. leads the church today, while Theodore Debro chairs the Board of Trustees.
Here we are out protesting peacefully. We are nonviolent, but yet here you come with violence and kill our children. How dare you?
That's a special kind of evil, to set it off at that particular time. So they meant to do damage on that particular Sunday.
A piece of glass in my eye.
This photo, taken days after the attack, shows Collins Rudolph bandaged in a hospital bed. She lost an eye.
12 years old, going to church to learn about God.
Collins Rudolph says she struggled for 6 decades.
I would think that the Alabama state would compensate me for what I went through. They haven't given me anything for my injury. I figured they owed me in restitution when people were promoting hate during that time.
In a 2020 letter, Governor Kay Ivey offered an apology, stating racist segregationist rhetoric used by some of our leaders was wrong. Ivey's office told Collins' lawyer that the state legislature would be the correct body to appeal for restitution, but attempts to advance her claim there quickly faltered.
It was denied, so I always wondered why was I denied.
CBS News contacted the governor's office several times to understand why Collins' claims have been denied, but our attempts went unanswered.
This would be some of the remnants from the stained glass window that when it was bombed.
16th Street Baptist still welcomes tens of thousands of visitors a year.
Still tell it just as I'm feeling it 60 years ago. It becomes overwhelming at times because I still feel it.
We are being agents of change, which we believe the 4 little girls were, because of what happened to them. It helped change the world that we live in today.
For CBS Mornings, Elise Preston, Birmingham, Alabama.
60 years later, I'm not surprised he still feels it. And when you look at the woman who survived, that she says at 12 years old, that she can still remember the detail because it was so traumatic. And I think that the man in the report that said it's a special kind of evil, that's exactly how I feel about it. It's heartbreaking when you think about in church of all places.
All places.
This happened.
Justice eventually came. 3 of the 4 bombers were convicted,
That's
but
right.
no evidence they showed remorse.
Yeah, but
Ever.
that pain still lives on, that's
Yes.
for sure.